I'm Nicole Seitz, and I am the owner of Smooth Run Equine Therapy. With my business, I practice massage, structural realignment, energy balancing, saddle fitting, anything therapy based to enhance your horse's performance, you name it. Every day I keep adding new modalities, and I am taking my second year for equine sports therapy starting September, so I'll have more to add every month. This is my personal business. I started right out of high school 4 years ago. So I've been practicing equine therapy now for just over 4 years. Yes, this farm that I'm standing on right now is 109 years old. I was born in Brooks, Alberta, but this is where my mom grew up and my whole family has kind of resided for my whole life. This is where I call home, the special areas. To be a rural entrepreneur is really rewarding because the business that I run is fairly new. Not many people know about equine therapy and the benefits that it has for animals. And being in rural Alberta, it's horse country, there's cattle, there's everything. And a lot of people don't understand that you can massage and realign a horse just the same way that you can a human being. So it is really interesting to kind of share my equine therapy and have people learn and experience what can be done for your horses to improve their performance in either everyday ranch life or rodeo performance, anything like that. So it is really rewarding. The toughest part is probably the travel. I do have to travel just about all the way outside of special areas to every depth and all over Alberta. I think the idea for my business came about when I was around 13 years old and I started getting more competitive in barrel racing. And I started having issues with the one horse that I was competing on. And it was then that someone had suggested maybe I should take him to a horse therapist. And I thought that was crazy at the time. It was unheard of. That was quite a few years ago now. And it was just then that the business of equine therapy was becoming more popular. And so I had brought my horse to someone that actually lives in special areas also, and she's a fantastic therapist. And right then I was hooked because I don't want to say it cured my horse, but it definitely gave him his competitive edge back, and we were able to go and win a saddle shortly after that, and I've been hooked. It was right then that I said, I'm going to be an equine therapist. That's going to be my business, and that thought's never left the back of my mind, and now I'm here living the dream, I guess. First of all, I have to give credit to any of the other therapists that have shared tips with myself over the years. I had taken a clinic right out of high school with Leanne Rust, and there was a lot of body work and energy modalities and that sort of thing with that clinic. So that was my first step in the door there, and I was able to work on my horses a little bit more. And then I took a course in Edmonton that was just over a month long, and that was also another taste of getting my feet in the water and understanding about equine therapy and structural wise and bones and muscles and learning all the anatomy. And then I kind of practiced, they're all talking now. I practiced with that for a couple years, and then I had always wanted to further my education and take a lot more of an in-depth course. And then last year, the BC College of Equine Sports Therapy was bought by two ladies in Alberta and Saskatchewan. So right then and there, I knew I was going to go to school again, and I started at the Saskatchewan campus of Equine Sports Therapy. I think the biggest issue with running the business is just getting the word out about equine therapy and having people truly understand the benefits that I can have on your animals. So whether it's massage or realignment, anything that your horse may need, even if it's a simple check of how your saddle fits, that can be extremely beneficial. And a lot of people don't understand the benefits that equine therapy has yet, as it's still a growing business. So the benefits of equine therapy are endless. Just like ourselves, when we have massage or go to the chiropractor, we feel a lot better afterwards, right? So with horses, because we're asking them to do so much for us, either if it's performance or out in the pasture, we have a saddle on here and then we have our heavy butts up on here. So if your saddle's not fitting, it can cause a lot of issues. I run into that a lot. I do a lot of saddle fitting, and a lot of the issues that horses present to me are a lot of the time caused from saddle fitting. One recent client I have that's a really great success story for me, The owner was having a lot of issues with him bucking, and he just misbehaved. He didn't like his saddles. Anything that she tried just didn't seem to be working. And after one treatment, well, it took a few treatments, and then the last treatment, we had kind of figured out what was going on with him, and he just had a bit of an imbalance in his sternum and with his ribs. And after that, that horse has been running fantastic, and they've been doing really great together. So I'm really excited to see how far they get along now that he's not in pain. And I run into this every day. I have owners with various issues with their horses, or maybe they just want them to feel a little bit better and run a little bit harder. So the benefits really are endless. If you have a horse just sitting out in the pasture enjoying retirement, they would love a massage, I'm sure. Every day that I work on the horse is a satisfying moment to me. I'm living the dream. Anytime a horse shows release or any sort of relaxation and is expressing to me how much better they feel after the massage, that's got to be the most satisfying moment for sure. It's every day. I can't name just one. I think the key driving force for me was that I was able to run my own business and work on my own hours, and of course, spend time with the animals that I love and I've dedicated pretty much my entire life to. So if I could continue to dedicate my entire life to horses, I would live a very happy life. My family is super supportive of my equine therapy business, and they keep encouraging me to keep adding and learning and growing and just developing the business into something more. And we got a few ideas for the future as to how we can grow this business and help more horse owners. I am away from home a lot. A lot of the time I'll work during the day in town, and then I'll be gone for hours and not get home till close to midnight after working on horses. But they don't mind. They understand that this is my passion and this is where I want my future to be. I think the advice that I would have given myself was to just work really hard and never lose sight of the dream and the focus. For a little while there, I kind of thought it was an unfeasible dream to be an equine therapist full time. And it was then that I started school and I really pushed myself again to develop my business and develop myself and start showcasing what I can do with horses, that I started my business up a lot stronger. So I think if I would have just kept my goal in mind, that's the biggest thing, is to never lose sight of the dream, for sure. So to me, I think the top three things to become a successful entrepreneur would be confidence. You absolutely have to have confidence in yourself and the business that you're pursuing and growing. Secondly, I would say is to be friendly and personable. I run into a lot of people every day that kind of make me nervous. So you have to be approachable and have people really want you to connect with their horses, because that's the biggest thing in this business, is you have to be able to connect with the horses. So if you don't have an approachable personality, the horses are gonna sense that right away. So if you're, I think just working on being a friendly person and putting your pride aside a little bit and being vulnerable. Thirdly would be knowledge. Knowledge is definitely power. If you continue learning and expanding your knowledge, and just never be afraid to stop learning, for sure. One piece of advice I would give to everyone that wants to either start their own business and become an entrepreneur is just never give up and keep your eye on the prize, and don't get discouraged. Just always try your best and be confident, ride hard. I think to keep Smooth Run Equine Therapy thriving and growing is definitely my knowledge expanding and being able to help clients more and just getting the word out. I think the biggest thing is having happy, successful clients that spread the word and are really excited about what I'm doing and how it's helping them. I think that's the biggest thing, is word of mouth and advertising. I do have a Facebook page, so that definitely helps get the word out, and I share and do fun facts and trivia and that sort of thing on there. Basically, I really like to showcase the success that my clients have had, because that's why I do it. I'm not doing this to make money. I do it to help horses and help owners succeed and do as well as they possibly can. At this point, my plan would be to just continue with my education and finish my second year of school and maybe continue on for year 3 and 4. So stay tuned for that. So I'm just going to keep working hard at it and helping clients and horses succeed. Something that I wish people would understand about equine therapy is the benefits that it does have for our animals, just whether it's massage or if they need a realignment. It does have a huge impact on the animal and their performance and their everyday life for sure. So if people would, more people were open to the idea of equine therapy and having me do a assessment on their animal and treatment if needed, for sure. I think one of my favorite quotes and something I always come back to is stay humble and hustle hard. See, Josie never stops. She stretches herself in the trailer. I don't even have to do it. She obviously she understands that. Hustle hard and keep going. Especially this week I'm going to ABRA finals, so for sure it's a lot of ladies, a lot of competition. So just stay humble and keep trying your best and just never give up and hustle hard.